Hey guys, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a little area control game about superheroes who have lost their government funding called Born to Serve. Born to Serve is a game for 2 to 5 players where each player is taking on the role of a superhero who has recently been fired from the superhero duties due to government funding being cut. So now they're working in a diner, waiting tables, serving customers to try to make ends meet until they can get their superhero job game back on. That's the theme. The way the game plays, it's a little bit of an area majority type game, and whoever has the most of each majority at each table is going to collect the majority of the tips. You're trying to balance how many of these tokens that you're using, because once you score them, they're going to go to this phantom realm and you have to get them back. So it's kind of a juggling act of how you're going to use these tokens and the best way to get points. And each superhero, because they're superhero, they have superpowers that you can use once during the round to help you break the game rules a little bit. That's a little bit about the game. Let's go down to the table, see how it plays. Okay, so here's a game of Born to Serve, set up for 3 players. I'm going to walk you through how you set this beast up real quickly, and here we go. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to put out this awesome scorecard that looks like score tracker that looks like a menu. That's really cool. And just put that somewhere around the top. I'm going to put it up here kind of out of the screen just so we can have some room. You're going to put each player's color. Each player has a marker with a 0 and a 125 that they're going to use to keep track of their score. You can just hang that up there by the top. You're going to give each player a character. So in this case, the green player is Whoosh. Each character has 2 special abilities, which will be on the back. Once you use the special ability, you can flip the card over to this side to know that you've used a special ability. Each player is going to get a Fortress of Loneliness, which is going to look like this, which is just going to be where you store your action markers. Kind of like your home. So, you're a poor superhero. So you're going to have, a crappy house. So in this case, it's a storage unit. And then someone's going to randomly be the first player. So in this case, Whoosh is the first player. You're going to do the same thing with every player. So I have green, yellow, and red out in front of us right now. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to put the Phantom Realm, which looks like this, up at the top. That's going to be where your scored markers go. They're going to effectively be out of the game until you get them back. You're going to play with the washroom attendant. He looks like this. He's going to let you get your markers from the Phantom Realm. He's in every game. And then you're going to randomly pick from a set of, I'm not sure how many there are, 6 or 7 different attendants or staff members for the number of players. So in a 3-player game, we're going to have the washroom attendant plus 3 more, which is what I've done here. Each one's going to let you do a different thing. So red, you're going to do that when you go there. Green is going to take place during certain phases of the game. So in this case, we have a guy that's going to let you add a $2 tip to a table so many times. This guy is going to let you just score 4 points for going there. He's the bartender. And the busboy is going to score a non-full table. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to set out the tables according to the number of players. In this case, I'm playing a 3-player game, so we're going to use tables 1 through 5. The tables are going to look something like this. They're going to have a table number, a number of seats, an area up here for some of these bonus chips, and an area down here where you're going to put some of your tip cards. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to separate out the tip cards. There's going to be a lunch section and a dinner section. There's green and yellow of each. And what you're going to do is you're going to take out a certain number of yellow cards based on the number of players. And you're going to use all the green cards based on number of players that are listed on the bottom. So I took out the 4 and 5 player cards just because we don't have those. So you're going to take those, you're going to shuffle them together. You're going to do the same thing for dinner. And then you're going to put each of them on a table. So green cards will go face up because they're kind of consistent tips. So we're going to know what we're expecting from these regular customers. And then yellow cards will go face down. So these are going to be usually higher tips, and you're not going to know what they are unless you have an ability that's going to let you take a look at them. So in this case, we have a 6, a 5, a 6, a 6, and a mystery. All right, so now on a player's turn, what they're going to do is they have to take one action with their token. So at the beginning of each round, you get 5 tokens off your Fortress of Loneliness. So the way that this works is you're going to take a token. You're either going to put it on a table at the lowest seat. So in this case, I would put it on seat 1 of this three-person table. I could put it on a staff member up here. It would either do what it says now, or I'd do what it says when the phase comes up. Or I can put it back on my Fortress of Loneliness, which is taking a break. I don't know why you would do that, so I'm probably never going to do that, but it is one of the things you can do. Another thing you're allowed to do is you're allowed to use one of your 2 special abilities. You can use one of them per round. So for Whoosh, I'm allowed to take a 6th marker from my Fortress of Loneliness to use in the round. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So when I do that, I'm going to flip this over. That means I can no longer use this special power for the rest of this round. So I'm going to take an extra marker, and I'm going to have 6 markers I can play with in the round, but everybody else has 5. So Whoosh is first player, so he's going to take his turn. So he's going to take one of his markers. He's going to place it on a table or on a staff member or back in his Fortress of Loneliness. So I'm going to say, let's see. I kind of want this $6 one, but a table of 4 and 5 give you extra tips. So let's go ahead and go over here. I'm going to go over to the 5 table. So we'll start working on that. You always place on the lowest available seat. And then that's my turn. So I'm going to go to yellow. Let's see what their special powers are. You may place 2 tokens instead of 1, but they have to be at the same table. Or turn any 1 token on any table from its regular to its high priority side. So I didn't show that. So on the back of these markers that we're putting out, they look like this. It has a +1 $1. That's going to be the high priority side, and it's basically going to make the table tips worth that many more extra dollars based on how many of those are at each table. Not everybody has the ability to do that, but some characters do. So this player, they're just not going to use their special power right now. They're just going to place a chip. So they're going to go to table 1, put it on number 1. So red, let's see what their special power is. Before you place them, you may turn 2 of your unplaced tokens to their high priority side. Ooh, all right. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. They're going to use their special power, and they're going to turn 2 of these tokens to their high priority side. So now they have 2 tokens that are worth an extra $1. And what they're going to do is they're going to put one of them on table 4. So now this table is worth these tips plus an extra $1. All right, back to green. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and try to get the majority at this table. So I'm going to go right there. So now I have the majority. The tables are going to score based on who has majority, and I'll go over that. I'm only going to play a round because you'll kind of get the gist of it after a round. Let's see. This player is not going to use their special ability yet. And they'll put that on table 1. So they now have control of table 1. Red is going to come up here to the bartender. That's going to give them 4 points for each chip that they have up here when this scores. So at this point, they now have $4, so they're in the lead. Let's see, back to green. Green is going to, I'm going to go ahead and claim this table. So I have majority, so that's good. There is a reason why you might go to a table that you can't win, and I'll go over that in a little bit, which is what yellow's going to do. They're going to come over here and go there so they can get in on that scoring. Red is going to place their extra high priority one right here. Make that table worth more money. Green is going to come up here to the bartender and get in on the action to get 4 points. Yellow is going to use their special ability. So they're going to be able to place 2 at 1 table, must be at the same table. So they're going to go ahead and put them right down here. So they're out of chips now. Red, they are going to come down here. They're going to go to the chef, which is going to let them add a $2 token to any table, and they're going to add it to this table because they think they're going to win that. Green is going to come and they want to do the same thing. They're going to come here. They're going to add a $2 tip to this table. And back to red. Red is going to come here because since they made that table worth more money, they want to make sure that they get that tip. And the last thing green is going to do is they're going to jump in over here and try to get some of the rewards for help busting the table. All right. So that is the end of the round. The round ends when everybody's out of chips. And now we're going to move on to the scoring phase. So what happens here is we're going to score any of these people that are going to give us points. So we'll go ahead and do that. So the bartender is going to, red is going to get 4 points, and green is going to get 4 points for that. I'm going to put this on up here. You can't really see it, but I'll do it. So red and green are both tied with 4 points. And then they can take the chips back to the Fortress of Loneliness. And then these chips that were used can come back. There's no scoring there, so they get those back. All right, now we will start scoring tables. So table 1 is full, so it will score. So the way scoring works is the person who has the majority must score 1 token. So scoring 1 token means they're going to take 1 token times the amount of chips at the table. So in this case, there's no extra high priority, no bonuses. The table's worth $6. So they can score 1, but they may score up to 2. So in this case, yellow is going to score both of them. So they're going to take 2 chips. They're going to send them to the Fortress of Loneliness, or the Phantom Realm. So effectively out of the game, and they're going to score 12 points. So now yellow is in the lead with 12 points. Now, because green was also on this table, they get half the number of tips rounded down. There isn't an odd number, so they're going to get $3. So green will get 3 just for assisting in serving the table. And then the tips go away. Green does not go to the Phantom Realm, comes back to the Fortress of Loneliness because they didn't win. Then we'll go to table 2. Nobody is working here, so that means the tips just go away, so nobody gets those. Table 3 is not full, so it's not going to score at this point because nobody went to this one to let the score, not a full table. And yeah, so this thing is actually going to go away because it is gone. Maybe. I don't know if that's true. I don't think that goes away, so we'll leave that there. This table is not full, so it does not score. And this table is not full, so it does not score. So I was going to just play 1 round, but I'll go ahead and play another. So you refill, green face up, yellow face down. So any table that doesn't have a tip, you're going to refill. So in this case, there are 2. You're going to flip your super powers over, so you have access to them again. And then we're going to do it again. First player passes, so first player will now go to yellow, and then they'll go ahead and take their turn. So yellow, they want to get in on, oh, we each get 5 tokens too, so let me not forget that. So 5 tokens, 5 tokens, 5 tokens. All right, so then yellow, they want to, they actually want to come up here because they've seen what happens when you let this go. So they're going to come here. They get to take 1 of their tokens from the Phantom Realm back to the Fortress of Loneliness. So that's their turn. Next is red. Red is going to not use their special power, and they're going to go ahead and come over here. And that's going to be good for them. So they're going to go there. It's green's turn. Green has that table. Someone else will probably go there. So green actually wants to... I'm going to start at this table. So green starts here. Yellow, they're going to not use a special power yet, and they are going to go ahead and finish this table off just so it scores. And then red is going to, they're going to use their special power, turn 2 of their tokens to the +1 side, high priority side, and they're going to place 1 on this table, make this table just with a pile of cash. All right, back to green. Green is going to go ahead and come up here and get some points. That's a good method. I like that track. Yellow, they want to jump in on a table, so they're going to come here. Red wants to get on that as well. It's a 3-way tie, but I'll explain how that works. Green, they're going to come back up here again and get some more points. Yellow, I guess this table, because this is the only table that's left. So red's going to jump in on that table as well. And then green, I'm going to come back up here. So that's worth 12 points for me right there. Yellow, jumping in on this table. Red is going to come here and make this table worth $2 extra. Back to green, and I will come here and done. All right, so now we'll score. So we'll start up here. These both come back because they don't score. Green gets 4 points for each token up here. That's 12 points. Back to Fortress of Loneliness. So green is now at 19. Then we'll score tables. So this table is worth $5, $6 because there's a high priority marker. Now there's a three-way tie. The way that breaks is whoever's at the highest table. So in this case, red wins this table. So they're going to get $6. They have to score one token. So they're going to send their token up here to the Phantom Realm. And then both of these players are going to get $6 divided by 2, or, half of $6. So they're each going to get 3 for helping bust the table. So yellow has 15, green has 22. And then these go back to the Phantom Realm, or the Fortress of Loneliness. Sorry, the superhero terms get to me sometimes. Then we're going to go to table 2. This is a mystery tip. So this table is worth $8, and it's going to go to yellow because they have a majority of tips. And it's going to add an extra $1 because it's a table of 4. So this table is worth 9. Yellow is going to score both of their tokens, so that's going to give them 18. So they're both going to go to the Phantom Realm. Yellow will get 18 points, so they'll be at 33. And then red and green are going to get half of 9, so they're each going to get 4. So red is at 14, green is at 26, and they get their tokens back. And the tip goes away. Then this table is going to score. It's worth an extra $2 plus $2, $4. So this table is worth $10, and green has it because they have 3 tokens. So green is going to go ahead and cash in 2 because you can only do 2. Nobody has a special power. Well, red has a special power that lets them do 3, but they've already used it. So green's going to cash in 2 to the Phantom Realm, and they're going to get 20 points. So that's 46. And then the third one will come back, and then yellow is going to get half of, 10. So they're going to get 5 points. So they get 38, and they get both their tokens back. All right. This goes away because the table scored. This goes away. Moving down here, this is red all day, and the tip is worth 5. That kind of stinks. So 5 plus 2 plus 2 more, so that table is worth $9. So red's going to score 2, so they're going to send 2 of them up here. So they're going to get 18 points for red. So they now have 32. And this one just comes back. They don't use it. Goes back to the fortress. This comes back up to the chef. Tip goes away. This table, it's a two-way tie, but red is on the higher numbers. So this is 6, 7, 9, $10 for red. Red's going to only cash in 1. So red's going to get 10. So they have 42. This one comes back. Yellow will get 10. They'll get 5 because they're going to split it. They get half for helping, so they have 43. And these get these back. This goes back to the chef. This goes away. All right. And then first player marker would pass. You can flip your superhero back over so they have their ability. You'll get 5 more tokens to be ready to play. And you're going to keep doing that. The game is going to end when all the lunch cards are gone and all the dinner cards are gone. So the dinner cards are essentially the same as the lunch, except they have larger amounts. So once it comes to the dinner, you're going to be serving better food, nicer food. So you're going to have more tips that are going to be coming your way. And that's the game. Whoever has the most points at the end of the game is the winner. In the games I've played, we were averaging around 150, 160. I don't know if that's good. We could have just been terrible. But yeah, the scores get pretty high, and yeah, it's enjoyable. So let's go up to the top. See what we think about it. All right, so that was Born to Serve. I got to say, this game, I didn't really know what to expect. I thought it was just going to be a bunch of cards or, a bunch of little flimsy tiles. But man, the production on this game is really nice. Everything is essentially a cardboard bit. There are a few cards that you're going to use for randomization to see who goes first. I didn't show those, but it's just a picture of the superhero characters that are in the game. You're going to shuffle them, flip them. Whoever comes up, they're going to be first player. And you're going to have a little turn order card. So everything else outside of that is tiles. They're really nice tiles. They're thick. They're good quality. They're shiny. They look really good. I'm impressed by the production. The gameplay, it's an area control, area majority game, kind of action selection. Well, not actually selection, but I guess resource management, because you're trying to manage your chips on how you're going to place them. You're going to place them on the table. You're going to use the staff members to use their services to score points to help you break some of the rules. When do you want to use your superpower? Do you ever want to use your superpower? When are you going to try to turn your token to the +1 high priority to make the table worth more money? Yeah, there's some decent decisions here, and I like it. The one critique I have, because overall I think this game is fantastic. It's fun. It's interesting. The player interaction is a little bit there just from the area control side, but it's not super in your face and not super mean. But the one piece that I have that I don't love is I think it goes on a little too long. It says on the box that it takes about an hour. I think in our 4-player game that was about right. And I feel like it should maybe go 45 minutes. So maybe cut out some of those lunch cards, those dinner cards, and just cut the game a few rounds shorter. And I think I would enjoy it, because by the time we got to the end, I felt like it maybe outstayed its welcome a little bit. Not that I didn't like it. It was still fun. I still enjoyed it, and I'm glad that I played it, and I think it was a well-made game. I just was ready for it to be over a little bit before it was. So that's my one critique on it. The rule book is fantastic. It's written like a comic book. Let me show you this. So it has like some comic book art. It's got comic book panels on the back. The inside is just a normal rule book, but it has kind of like some of the bullet text, or like the bold text that looks kind of like a comic book. Really well written. Everything's laid out in there really nicely. So yeah, this is a great game from Shoot Again Games. They have a little pinball game. I haven't played that, but I know that was the game I think they put out at Origins maybe last year. I'm not 100%. But this is a new game that's just come out. It's fantastic. Very fun. I enjoyed it. Can't wait to play it some more. And if you like area control with really nice production, it's easy to teach, easy to play, I recommend it. So I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and keep gaming.